Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf Shir sponsor Lunish Basayim Vakashom Leabas Yitzchok. We're holding on Metzia Daf Tes. The Gemara throughout Amud Beis brings a story which is called Tanur shel Achnai, the oven of Achnai, the story with Rabbi Eliezer, the tremendous, big, yesodistic story that Rabbi Eliezer tried to convince Chachamim to follow his shita, bringing different rayas, different proofs, as we're going to go through right now. And Chachamim did not listen to him because Achari Rabim Lahatois, they go based on the majority. Now Rabbi Eliezer brought proofs from 4 different places. We'll start with the first 3. The first 3 was the charuv, the carob tree, who asked to move from place to place. The water, the amas hamayim, that asked the water to go back. And the koisle beis hamedrash, the walls of beis hamedrash, that should fall down to prove his point. What's the point in these 3? Why these 3 are proving Rabbi Eliezer's point? So the Mefarshim have several explanations. We'll use here 2 of them, the Maharshal and the Vilna Gaon. The Maharshal says that each one of these cases, that Rabbi Eliezer tried to prove his point based on what this case means. You start with the carob tree. The carob tree was the fact that the charuv does not really bring fruits. We know that the carob tree brings fruits only once every 70 years. So Rabbi Eliezer tried to say, I want to convince you that you should follow my shita, because your shitas is not pareh v'roveh. It's not bringing fruits. It's like a carob tree. And we learned in the Gemara Chagiga that the divrei Torah have to be pareh v'roveh. They have to multiply. They have to grow. So Rabbi Eliezer's tiny to them was that your svaras is not pareh v'roveh. The answer back, no. Your svar is not pareh v'roveh. You're more like a carob tree than us. The second raya says the Maharshal that the water, amas hamayim, what water shows, the Gemara brings that the water leaves the high space, goes to the low space to show the idea of a nova. So it tells them, Rabbi Eliezer, you are Bali Gaiva. You want to say that Allah is like you don't want to follow my lead because of your Gaiva. So that was his raya from the Masamayim. That wasn't accepted either. They're telling him maybe your taino is coming from Gaiva and your level. And then he said, look at the Beis Medrash. Beis Medrash is something necessary for Am Yisrael. Even Bilam, that says all the brachas of Bilam turned back to Klala, except the bracha of my Tovu Alecha Yaakov, that the Batei Medrash need to stay. So he told him, if you're basing your krumkeit, you're going to cause the Batei Medrash to be destroyed. So according to the Maharshal, these 3 things were to point out that he felt that their svar was not correct, and they're compared to either a carob or to the water in the wrong way, or to the Beis Medrash being destroyed. It's brought down the name of Vilna Gaon, printed in the Cradle of Yo, that the way the Gemara explained it was that these 3 things are the 3 kinyonim, the way a person is kohen Torah. How does a person kohen Torah? So number 1 is he has to be mistapek b'mut. He has to not indulge himself and enjoy life. And that's what the carob tree represents. As we know, all he ate was carob erev Shabbos to erev Shabbos. The second thing, like a Maharshal says, is to be an unof, to be someone who's like the water that goes to a low place. And the third thing is that he needs to be shakud el Torah. He needs to be masman. He has to learn Torah the whole time. So Rabbi Eliezer is trying to prove that he had all these kinyonim of Torah. He shows the carob tree to show that he was mistapek b'mut. He shows the water to show that he was an unof. And he shows the koisle beis hamedrash, they will prove that he was always a beis hamedrash learning. So he says, please follow my opinion because I have all the kinyonim of Torah, so you should follow my opinion. And then Rabbi Eliezer brought his knockout punch raya, and that's the baskol. A baskol came from Shemaim and said halacha is like a blazer. And still, Chacham said, Achei Rabim Lahatois, we don't listen to the baskol. So here, it's very hard to understand. So what is the baskol? The baskol is not true? Is the baskol something we don't follow? So the Ben Yoda says, yes, in this case, the baskol was just to come and strengthen the koyach of halacha in Klal Yisrael. Because Baruch Hu purposely brought a baskol, so he knew that the Chacham will not listen to the baskol. They're going to go Achei Rabim Lahatois, and this baskol will just strengthen the fact that halacha goes based on the Rabbim. So usually, of course, you do follow a baskol, but in this case, the baskol is meant for a certain purpose. But the Maharal says something very, very deep. The Maharal says that a baskoil is not in the level of Torah. Torah is compared to Nevuah. Torah is what comes straight from Shammai, from Hashem. Baskoil is not. He says the baskoil is something which is korov la'adam, is close to an adam, and it reflects what the adam thinks. Rabbi Eliezer, the Michtav Elio, explains it a little bit. The pshat is, a person, when he wants to think about something, he has negias. He has always something which is, other cheshbonis, other things that go into his mind that he doesn't even realize. A baskoil is a clear vision of what's the truth in his eyes. Is as clear as a person can get, as emistic as a person can get towards himself. But it's still based on his understanding, on his tfisa of the world. The baskul means that a person is able to connect to his higher self, to his most elevated place that he's able to get in his own das. Kiviyachol is showing him from Shemayim, this what you're thinking, this is your pure, clear thought. But it's still the das of the Adam. And the Torah is in a higher level. The Torah says, Achari Rabbim La'ato, you should go based on the Rabbim. The Torah says, Loi b'Shamayim, we're not going based on Shamayim. And according to the Maharal, it means we're not going based on how Shamayim reflect what an Adam wants. Because the Torah is greater. So this is a tremendous chiddush of the Maharal, that a baskol is based on the madrega of the Adam that gets the baskol. And that's why it's not a contradiction to what Torah is all about. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.